Greetings YouTube! Within the past 2 weeks or so, we've had another major update for Cyberpunk 2077. Normally I don't bother with game updates, but every so often one attracts my attention. So update 1.6. For full notes, see this webpage. I'll leave the link in the description as well. Okay, so what's new? Well, the first thing I wanted to try out was the wardrobe. Now you can create, alter and delete 6 outfits at will from any wardrobe in the apartment or safe houses. You can switch between your creations in your inventory at any time. The outfits are totally 100% independent of your actual armour. Changing your armour has no effect on your appearance if you have an outfit selected. No longer will you have to chase particular styles to maintain your look. No longer will you have to scour the entire fucking city for a single blueprint for those hot pants you've been wearing for the past 2 hours, but have suddenly been made redundant by the armour level of those jeans you just picked up. Boo jeans! You don't even have to equip the item for it to appear on the list of options either. Hell, you don't even have to satisfy the level requirement for equipping it. You only have to buy or pick it up. Add it to your inventory. That's it. And if you drop, sell or dismantle any of the clothes, it makes no difference. You keep the appearance as an option, which is great. Speaking of clothes, you can now preview their appearance at the shops. Try before you buy. Check out the thumbnail here. It looks dull and flat, kind of muted, but once equipped on V, it looks outrageous. Before you wouldn't have bothered with them, would you? Now you want them. Oh, but you get to the shop and bloody hell, how do you know what styles you've got and which you haven't? The wardrobe is all the way back at your apartment. I'm not walking all the hell way back there. For once, the developers are one step ahead of us. It had to happen eventually, I suppose. There's a filter at the top which says, not in wardrobe. Select it, and everything on screen you haven't got in the wardrobe yet. That is very fucking helpful. By the way, how long has this game had hijabs? I mean, because I couldn't coordinate a style before or preview clothes at the shops, I didn't really pay attention to them. Now I'm starting to notice shit. Further to appearances, you can now customise your body at a Ripper Dock. Your physical appearance can be modified wholesale. I don't expect many people will perform a wholesale rebuild of their appearance, but if something was bothering you, or you just wanted to try something else, the doctor will see you now. You know, for a game that heavily pushes this idea of body modification, I'm still astounded all this wasn't in there right from the start. I mean, true, most games don't let you mod your appearance, not to this extent at least, but usually they'll let you get a haircut or something. And that reminds me, there's extra haircuts in the game now as well, some of which are actually freaky enough to be paired with those trousers we saw a moment ago. That brings the number of hairstyles, by the way, to 51. Now, you create your character at the start of the game, obviously, and trying to alter features of the character was a pain in the arse. Was being the operative word. V used to fidget like they were terminally hyperactive or something. Now, they fidget a little when you select an option for the first time, but otherwise, they just stand there and let you see what you're doing. Finally! Moving on from appearances, when you sleep in a bed, you can now dictate when V wakes up, instead of the random, unknowable crapshoot it once was. Why this wasn't in the game to start with beats the hell out of me, since CD Projekt Red themselves did it with The Witcher 3. But, you know, now they've remembered, oh shit, this is how you make a game. A selection of various weapons have been added, for example this chainsaw blade thing that I picked up. No, I didn't use it. Sorry, I'm still a big fan of the katana, okay? There's also a new weapon category, the axe. Some of the new weapons are melee, others are ranged. Whole bunch of nips, tucks and tweaks to existing ones, too many to mention here, go check the patch notes. Some new side missions, again tweaks to existing ones all over the place. Bikes now have neon rims. You can switch them on and off with L3. Woo! Some various glitches have been resolved, allegedly. Such as items to pick up in places that you could never pick up in the first place. Bit of a contradiction, also annoying. So items in the environment have been tidied up. Your car should hover above the ground less often now while parked. Photo mode can now use the cat. Assuming you've got the cat at your apartment already, which in this video I haven't. As well as some Edge Runners content. At least I'm assuming that's what these stickers are. I've only heard about Edge Runners, I haven't seen it, so I'm just guessing. You can now cross-save between certain platforms using the cloud. Restrictions apply, naturally, because nothing is that simple. Oh, and there's an arcade game you can play now. Somewhere. Oh, bloody hell, where is it? I'm not joking, I spent way too long looking for this game. I bet Lizzie's Bar has one. Fuck it, it's closed. Actually, that does bring to mind another thing. Lizzie's Bar shouldn't close at the wrong time anymore. Apparently that was a thing. Found one! And it's sort of like Flappy Bird if it was a horse. A very talented horse. It's totally stupid. I kind of like it. And finally, lots of smoothing out for the game in general, bug fixes and various random stuff. Obviously not too much, otherwise the game would be in danger of, working. You may have noticed I'm having a bit of a go at the developers for only now inserting key features that should have been there to start with. I think they fully deserve the grief. But I am pleased they've finally woken up from whatever brain dance-induced stupor they were in during development and started reinserting the basics. I liked the game when it first came out, although I was admittedly playing the PS4 version on the PS5, which improved its stability. For me, I know that wasn't the case for everybody. Everybody else had a whole truck worth, a mountain ranges worth of issues. It's still fundamentally the same game underneath, just with a whole bunch of quality of life changes. So I'm not complaining too much. It would have been so easy for them to give up. Chalk it up to experience. Oops, we won't do it again, we promise, like Anthem or Babylon's Fall. It is good to see them instead taking the No Man's Sky approach, sticking with it and turning it into the game that it should have been when it released.